cross sectional elements of the load. First one, design of a wheel load. In design of wheel load, three more load cases are there: static load on wheel, contact pressure, and load repetition. Usually in construction of the flexible road pavements, there is a fatigue load in nature, because assume our vehicle is moving in this direction, there is a distance between the front wheel to the back wheel. So this one is not a sudden loading, and this is not a gradual loading, and this is an impact loading, nothing but a series of successive load with a particular time. This type of the load is called as an fatigue in nature. Next, contact pressure and load repetition. Pavement response under the loading. As we already learned, in a flexible pavement, the load distribution will be like a parabolic curve, and surface base course subgrade. Usually axial load is transferred from bearing course to the subgrade. So this brief picture will give the idea of the type of the lanes, the types of the single axle, double axle, and depending on the loads. Here an axle is a central shaft for a rotating wheel or gear. The first case, a single axle with a single wheel. Here we can see only single axle is there, and the maximum load carrying capacity is 6 tons. In case B, single axle with dual wheel. Here 5 plus 5 around 10 tons 10 tons will be applied. Compared to single axle with single wheel, the load will be more here. And the third case, that is C, tandem wheel. Here the legal axle load will be 18 tons, nothing but more than the first and second. And the last one is D, 24 tons. This one is the heavy tonnage vehicles. So we can see here 24 tons vehicles, 18 tons, and 10 to 12 tons vehicles. Next, truck configuration. Two axle truck, nothing but here there are two axles, here 5 axles, 1 2 1 2, here 1 2 3 4 5, totally 5 axles. Here the load distribution will be around 10 to 15 tons. Here the load will be 40 tons. For low seating capacity vehicle, 2 axle, and for 3 axle, 1 2 3, 24 tons. For 4 semi articulated, nothing but 34 tons. Standard axle. Single axle with the dual wheels carrying a load around 80 kilonewton or nothing but 8 tons is defined as a standard axle. So we are taking as a standard axle is nothing but 8 tons or 80 kilonewton. Next, evaluation of pavement component layer. First one, subgrade. To receive the layers of the pavement materials placed over it. Next, plate bearing test, CBR test, triaxial compression. So these three tests we have already learned in the geotechnical engineering. What do you mean by CBR? California bearing ratio test. Triaxial test, nothing but here we are applying the load in a three different direction, X, Y, and Z. Next, plate bearing test. This is also you have learned in both in building material construction as well as a geotechnical engineering. Let us see one by one. Flexible pavement design using a CBR value of subgrade soil. California State Highway Department method. This is particularly referred for construction of highway as well as a road works. This California is situated in America, and the bearing ratio which is taken for a standard, that is known as a California bearing ratio. So for that, required data will be design traffic in terms of cumulative numbers, axles, CBR value of a subgrade. Next, traffic data. Initial data in terms of number of commercial vehicles per day, means for particular road totally how many vehicles are passing from 10 a.m. to next day 10 a.m. nothing but for 24 hours totally how many vehicles are passing. Next, traffic growth rate, which is already learnt in traffic engineering, because for every each and every year there will be a growth rate in the traffic. So that should be considered, because we are constructing, assume if we are constructing a flexible pavement, the life cycle will be 15 to 20 years. If we are constructing a rigid pavements, 30 to 40 years. So for 40 years growth of population, then forecast should be considered for the design of the pavements. Next, design life in number of years. Yes, already just we have discussed. Distribution of commercial vehicles over the carriageway, because the commercial vehicle is the most reason for the damaging of our lanes. That's why we are considering commercial vehicles mainly. Traffic in terms of CSA 81260 kg, nothing but 8 tons for designing of life. Initial traffic in terms of cumulative vehicles per day, based on 7 days 24 hours classified traffic, and 7.5% may be growth may be assumed. Design life, as I already told, for national highway 15 years, expressways 20 years, other carriage roads 10 to 15 years. Next, vehicle damaging factor, multiplier to convert a number of commercial vehicles of a different axial loads and axial configuration to the number of standards axial load repetition is indicative of VDF. If you don't know, then I will clearly solve you. Normally, axial load divided by 8.2 raised to n. N usually taken as a 4 minus 5. So you can see here, for indicative VDF value, vehicle damaging factor value, initially for initial traffic terms for CV by PD 0 to 150, if it is the terrain is 1.5 plain or rolling, or if it is hilly 0.5. For 150 to 1500, the terrain will be 3.5, hilly it will be 1.5. If it is more than 1500, the plain or rolling will be 4.5, hilly will be 2.5. You should remember this table. If you want more information, refer Kanna and Gesto textbook. Next, distribution of traffic. For single lane, already learned, the width of the lane will be 3.75 meter. For double lane, 7 meter. That is nothing but multiplying by 3.5 meter. For single lane, total number of commercial vehicle on both directions, because in single lane there will be consideration of both directions. For two lane single carriageway, 75% total number of commercial vehicles on both direction. If it is a 4 lane, 40% of the total number of commercial vehicles on both direction. For dual carriageway, for 2 lane dual carriageway, 75% in the number of commercial vehicles. For 3 lane, 60%. For 4 lane, 45%. Assume, once again I will repeat, if it is a single, consider dual. If it is a 2 lane, 75%. If it is a 4 lane, 40% should be considered. Next, composition of traffic for use of a pavement, thickness of the design chart. This one is the already given formula in as per the IRC. N is equal to cumulative number of standard axles to be created for the design in terms of MSA. So 365 is nothing but days in 1 year. A will be the initial traffic in the year of completion of construction in terms of P to the bracket of 1 minus R. P is nothing but number of commercial vehicles as per the last count. Next, X will be the number of year between the last count and the year of completion for the construction. Suppose, assume we are started a construction in the year of 2019 and the construction time is up to 3, nothing but 2022. So the construction time is 3 year. For this, we should consider 2022 minus 2019, this will be 3. Next, vehicle damaging factor. From the table, we should take a vehicle damaging factor as per the plain or hilly areas. Next, annual growth rate of commercial vehicles. CBR testing. This can be seen our laboratory also, nothing but an CBR testing machine or California bearing ratio testing machine. Definition: it is the ratio of a force per unit area required to penetrate a soil mass with a standard circular piston at the rate of 1.25 mm 1.25 mm per minute. It is a force required to penetrate in a unit area for a penetration of soil mass with piston of 1.25 mm per minute. Ratio of force per unit area for 1.25 mm per minute. See here, applied load and standard plunger. This one is the applying inside the soil mass. Here we can measure the penetration value. These are the annular weights and the sample and the standard mode. From here we are applying the load. What will be the penetration that can be measured here? With the help of this above formula, we can find out the CBR. Next, subgrade. What do you mean by subgrade? Soak the specimen. Soak means nothing but we need to immerse the specimen in a water for 4 days and CBR to be determined. Nothing but predetermined CBR. Use a expensive clay, not to be used, as I already told, black autumn soil or BC soil should not be used for the construction of the road pavements, and as well as a non-expansive soil to be preferred, because BC soil is an expansive soil, so this soil is not suitable for construction. Next, subgrade. Subgrade to be well compacted to utilize its full strength. Top 500 mm to be compacted 97% of MDD modified factor. Next, material should have dry density about 1 point density is 1.75 gram per cc. So you can refer this textbook from Justa and Kanno and Justa. You can see here total thickness of the pavement from 200 to 900 mm. Here we have taken a design traffic MSA pavement thickness chart. So here we have taken from 1 to 10 MSA. The CBR it starts 2 to 10%. Assume if our total thickness of the pavement is 500, total thickness of the pavement is 500 and the design traffic design is 5, so 500 and 5, so our CBR ratio will be around 7 to 8. So based on this category, this graph, we should find out the CBR. Next, pavement design to catalog the recommended designs for a traffic range for 1 to 10 MSA. We have got a 5 MSA, right? So here cumulative traffic MSA 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, and the total pavement thickness 390, 450, 490. When the cumulative traffic MSA goes on increases, automatically total thickness also goes on increases. For pavement construction, bitumen surface, granular base, granular sub base, here the thickness has been given separately. For CBR 6%. If we are changing CBR value, again we need to change the value. So here flexible pavement layers as per IRC, if it is less than 10 MSA, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, totally 5 categories of MSA. For CBR 6%, you can see the thickness and compositions. What will be the thickness? So nothing but here first wearing force, base course, sub base course, subgrade. So these are the 4 different grades. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wearing course 4. Second one base course. Third one sub base course. Last one subgrade. So as referred previously, the same procedure should be carried out here. The total thickness is 400 to 1000. If we are assuming taken a 700 and the design traffic is 50, 750, the value will be 5 to 6%. CBR value will be 5 to 6%. So the for CBR value 6%, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 150. The total pavement thickness will be 615, 640, continuously goes on increasing. So for BC, bitumen 10 mm, WBM, waterborne macadam room, granular base, this will be the different sizes categories. So what previously done is like that, we should divide a different categories. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, sub base. What do you mean by sub base? The material used for the sub base will be natural sand, moram, gravel, laterite, concour, brick metal, crushed stone, crushed slag, crushed concrete. These are the materials required for the construction of the sub base. Next, GSP, close graded or coarse graded parameters, gradation, liquid limit, plastic limit, and CBR, stability and drainage requirements. Next, sub base, minimum CBR 20%, traffic up to 2 MSA, minimum CBR 30%, traffic will be more than 3 MSA. If GSB is costly, adopt WBM, waterborne macadam road. Minimum thickness for 150. If for a less than 10 MSA, minimum thickness is 200. For a greater than 10 MSA. Next, sub base, the minimum CBR is 2%. If the CBR is less than 2%, the pavement thickness is for 2%. CBR plus capping layer 150 mm with minimum 10% in addition. And the last one, in case of the stage of construction, thickness of the GSP for full design life. Next, base course. Unbound granular base for WBM as well as a WMM for any granular material. The thickness will be 225 if it is less than 2 MSA. Minimum thickness is 250 if it is greater than 2 MSA. For WBM, 300 mm for 4 layers. This all comes under a solve in a one example. Can see, concentrate here. Example 1. Design a pavement of a construction for a new bypass with the following data. First, 2-lane carriageway, automatically the width will be more than 7.5 meter. Next, the initial traffic in a year of compacted construction work will be 400 CPVD and the percentage of growth will be 7.5. So for 15 year into 7.5, for each year there is a growth is 7.5 year. Oh, sorry. The total growth is per annum. Per annum is 7.5. For 15 years, we should calculate. Then design of a vehicle damage factor will be 2.5. Design CBR value of subgrade of 4%. For solution, refer Khanna and Gesto textbook and solve in assignment notes and submit to the Google Classroom notes. Next, example 2. Design of the flexible pavement for a widening an existing 2-lane NH5 to 4-lane divided road. Here divided carriage will be 4-lane way and the initial traffic is 5600 CPVD and the completion of construction work for 2.5. So here taken 2.5 here. Design life is 10 to 15 years and the CBR of soil will be 5%. Traffic growth will be 8%. In the previous we have taken 7.5. Here we have taken a 8%. Next will be design of rigid pavements.